Hi, beach friends! Today we're headed back to Tigertail Beach in Marco Island, and we have so much to talk about. We are going to find more sand dollars than I can carry. We are going to find lots of amazing shells, including an albino. We're going to talk about the tides, but most importantly, we are going to see crazy amounts of beachy goodness all over the place, and I can't wait to share it with you. So if you're ready for your weekly dose of salt and sea, let's go to the beach. So today we are going to be exploring Marco Island. I'm trying to hit low tide, which hits dead low at 9:19 a.m. So I'm making my way down there. It is 8:21, so I have a little bit of time to shell as the tide goes out, and then for the rest of the time we'll be shelling as the tide comes in. So for whatever reason on this particular day, it felt like it was taking me forever to get to the beach. It is a 10-minute walk. So from the parking lot to the point I got all the way to the water, it took 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind if you decide to come here. There is quite a bit of walking involved. So here we are at Tigertail Beach in Marco Island, and let's go check out the conditions. First thing I do, see what's on the beach. It never really gives me an indication of what the shelling day is going to be like, but it's just what I do. I try to get some sort of feel for it. Some stuff on the beach, so that's good because there's been times I've come here and there's nothing. First shell, I get in the water, I feel it hit my ankle, I reach down, and I found this gorgeous crown conch. I mean, the most beautiful color I think I've ever seen on a crown conch. It is a little broken, but I was pretty psyched. I'm gonna start the day off with that. So in the water, my favorite place to shell. It's a little muddy, so it's not crystal clear, which definitely makes it more of a challenge and a little bit more fun, dare I say. So this is a Florida fighting conch. I love them. Here is a juvenile Florida fighting conch. The juveniles tend to have those ridges on them still. Love them. Oh, okay. Here is a lettered olive. It's a little bit beat up, but nice size. Another Florida fighting conch. All right, this one's got some nice white coloring on there. Kind of pretty. And look at this one. Now this one, when I was editing the video, reminded me of a Haitian conch. And so I said, let me just look that up. So I quick go online and I look up Haitian conch and I start coming upon these websites. Now here, it's a gallon of shells for $27. And I kind of scratch my head, and I collect these and I sell shells. I know how long it takes. And this doesn't seem right to me. And it reminded me of an article that I had found in the National Geographic. It talked about shells and harvesting shells. At least 50,000 mollusk species inhabit the earth, whereas some shells are harvested for their meat. Others, like the chambered nautilus, known for its beautiful coiled, multicolored protective casings, are collected solely for decorative purposes. So I guess my ask for you guys is please collect ethically. If you're going to buy seashells, find out where they came from, because not all shells are actually collected like this. Sometimes they are harvested. So just please keep that in mind if you're thinking about buying shells. This is another juvenile Florida fighting conch with outstanding coloring. Oh, I just love the patterns on those. Beautiful. Okay, here's a sunray Venus clam. Got one of those rolling around in the water too. A lightning whelk. That's a nice size lightning whelk. Nice color. Woohoo. And another, right, a little darker. Right, he's a little bit more beat up, but that's okay. Fantastic size, nice lightning whelk. Another juvenile Florida fighting conch with some terrific coloring on it. Oh, they're just so pretty. Nice day out. tide still going out at this point. So I know my time is limited with the tide. So I'm really kind of trying to decide, do I stay here because I'm finding things? Do I scoot up a little more? But boy, am I glad I stayed, because look, this is an albino lightning whelk. I have found them before, not often at all. This is probably, I don't know, 4 or 5. So not very unusual. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna go with very pretty unusual, awesome albino lightning whelk. So I don't know if you can see, but there are just tons of shells rolling around in the water there. That's what I was trying to show you. It's so much fun. All right, I did a little grabbing, got myself a Florida fighting conch and a lightning whelk. That seems to be a lot of what is in this particular area. Awesome. Oh, that's another real nice lightning whelk. Nice and clean, nice size. And a Florida fighting conch, and this one's kind of a lemony color. So they come in a variety. I mean, really, really dark chocolate browns to really light yellows. Oh, I just love them. Wow. Another lightning whelk. Nice size too. Really cool. So I'm having myself a good old time. All right, here is a lettered olive. Nice little find. Figured I'd just peek at the beach. Let me just come up and peek just to make sure I'm not missing anything as I'm in the water. Looks like, for the most part, your common, your arcs, your slippers. It is 85 degrees out. Feels like 95. So it's a little warm out. I'm not complaining though. I like it warm. Do not like the cold. And look at that awesome Florida fighting conch. Really cool pattern on that. And another lettered olive. I cannot resist the olives. Actually, there's a lot of shells I can't resist. Okay, got grabby. Looks like I found myself a nutmeg, a common nutmeg. Nice size. That little thing in the aperture, that's just a little chunk of another shell. Awesome find. Ooh. Okay, that is another Florida fighting conch. Look at that beautiful color. Oh. So happy. The problem though with the Florida fighting conchs is they're heavy. And so I made the mistake of kind of keeping a lot of these pretty ones, and my bag was quite heavy. Let's see, another one. Oh, that kind of has that pretty orange, that Haitian shell color. Beautiful Florida fighting conch. Oh, and the pattern on that one, really, really cool. At the very, very, very end, I will show you. I do clean up a couple of these. So at this point, I know I've been here for a little while. It's time to maybe go exploring. So we are going to head north. And I'm going to give you some beach time. Okay, we spotted our first sand dollar, albeit very beat up. All sorts of fun stuff on the beach. And there's a whole lot of it too, so yep, it's gonna be a good day. All right, here's another sand dollar. But what I noticed about this particular one is the beautiful flower pattern. I don't know why, it just stood out to me, that beautiful 5-petal flower pattern on the back. Really pretty. And a giant Atlantic cockle. And they do get giant. It's kind of funny when you find a small one, because it's a small giant Atlantic cockle, but it is what it is. Another lightning whelk. Oh, wow. Look at the dark color on that. Oh, that's gorgeous. A little bit pointy. Beautiful lightning whelk. Awesome. All right, not a shabby day. Not a bad backdrop for a nice little walk. All right, at this point, the tide is starting to come in, and you should be aware, we'll talk about tides in a minute, but you should at least be somewhat aware of what the tide is doing if you're going to go beachcombing kind of like this, walk real far. Here is a fantastic horse conch. Nice size. It is a little beat up. I wish it was, I don't know, just a little bit smaller, maybe better color, like that. So I found 2 in a row. Awesome. That one's in really nice shape. Beautiful little horse conch. Okay, another one of those. All right, this one's hinged. A sunray Venus clam. Very nice. And it really is just beautiful. So I'm moseying my way. I love looking at these trees too, because shellers will, well, I guess, or beachcombers, people will just hang little shells and whatnot onto the trees, and somebody even hung a sand dollar. An alphabet cone. All right, it's a little beat up, but they're still pretty rare, those alphabet cones. So I'm definitely going to hold on to that. Now, as I'd mentioned before, the tide, I can walk to the right here and around behind, but if that were blocked off and the tide were coming in, I might find myself stuck later on. I'll show you what this area looks like a couple hours later when we come back, but just be aware of the tides. I'm not going to be in any trouble. I can walk right around it, no problem, but please just be aware. And there's all sorts of fun stuff here. That rose petal talon. That bubblegum pink shell. Tons and tons. Went in the water, figured I'd get grabby and check that out. I see a top snail there. Yep, 2 top snails and a spiny jewel box. So that was just me just kind of grabbing to see what was in there. Oh, looks like I got a lettered olive. That's kind of a more standard coloring on that. All right, got grabby. See if I see, oh, I do. I see something in there. You see it? That is a pear whelk. Really pretty color on that. Just a little bit of orange. All right, got grabby here. Oh, I do see on top there a little shell. That, I believe, is a mauve-mouthed drill. So there are little drill shells, Gulf oyster drills. This one, only because it's purple on the inside, that makes me think that this is a mauve-mouthed drill. These little shells make me bananas because they all look the same, but I think that's what that is. All right, got grabby here. Doesn't look like much of anything. All right, so I'm kind of shifting around. Yeah, there's an auger. Anything else in there? Oh, look what I ended up grabbing. These 2 fabulous cones. All right, this is an alphabet cone. A little bit bigger than the one we found. A little bit better shape. Color's not great, but again, still a great shell to find. And this. Now, first I thought it was I didn't know what it was because it looks just like an alphabet cone coloring, but it's not. That spire, that pointy thing on top is the wrong shape. So I believe that is just a beautiful Florida cone. Fantastic coloring on that. Oh, I see something right there. So since that was a little bit more special, I wasn't going to try to like play with the shells over the water. I brought it safely to the beach so I can check out what I found. Here is a colorful moon snail, also called a gaudy nautica. So it is a moon snail, like the shark eye is a moon snail, completely different coloring. All right, I see a top snail there, a little bit of stuff on it, no problem. That stuff will come off. All right, anything in there? All right, yep, looks like I got something specific. I'm gonna dump it out. Another gaudy nautica, woohoo. All right, great color, nice shape. Very happy with that. All right, so we're going to continue our journey. We're headed north to the end of the island. Beautiful day. Now look at the beach here. There's not a lot of shells on the beach, so the beach continues to change. Here is a calico clam. Fun little shell. Oh, and a sand dollar. Now, I have never been to Marco Island without finding a sand dollar. So they were just everywhere. They were small. A lot of these are kind of on the older side. Some of them were broken. Some of them were intact. And some of them were not. I mean, they were just everywhere. They had barnacles on them. Look at this one. Whole little ecosystem there. All sorts of other beach stuff. Some of them were broken. This one was huge, but had a hole in it. So, it was just sand dollar after sand dollar after sand. They were everywhere. So I figured instead of boring you with 45 minutes of picking up sand dollars, we'll just do a little montage. I do keep some. That one looked definitely like a keeper. But it really, even for me, who's someone who's on the beach all the time, just to see so many of them was just really, really fun. So I definitely found a bunch of sand dollars. They were all over the place. It was great. My little container filled up quite quickly, and then I was able to get a little pickier with the shells. So look here on the beach. Now there's not a whole lot here other than the sand dollars. But I mean, from a piling standpoint, earlier we had seen shells all over the place. Oh man, that's pretty. It looks like right here, the only thing on the beach are sand dollars. Can you believe this? They were everywhere. It was awesome. It was so fun. And I have the place almost to myself. It was great. But you notice here, like there's a lot of sand dollars, I'm saying, but there's not as many shells as there were earlier. So I'm always on the move. Well, at least when I'm not playing in the water, picking up the shells. I'm kind of moseying down the beach to see what else I can find. Sand dollars are definitely easy today. All right, the tide is coming in at this point. Oh, still so pretty. We're going to make it to the end of the island. All right, and warmed up a little bit. Now it feels like it's 99 out, but by the water. If you're by the water, it's not so bad. And that is the rose petal talon. It is enormous, though. That's a really big rose petal talon. Here's another. They must grow them big here in Marco, because those are a lot bigger than I normally find. Very cool. Big old rose petal talon. Okay, another sunray Venus. And another. I like those. They have a natural shine to them. Pretty little clamshells. And guys, we reached, starting to get to the point where there's just shells and sand dollars, and yeah, it's kind of hard to believe I'm on this beach all by myself and I'm having so much fun. I really am. So again, here at the beach, I'm not seeing a lot of shells here on the beach. So that's my strategy. Just keep walking. Just keep covering as much beach as you can, because the beach does change. Oh, okay. So here's another one of those drills. Remember those ones I was saying that make me bananas? So that, I think, is a Gulf oyster drill. All right, let's find it twice. Cool, I found it twice. Okay, a Gulf oyster drill. Okay, now look at some of those shells piling up. Now it's, for them, it's a lot of common stuff, but still there's goodies buried in there somewhere. So I'm going to do a kind of a scan, see if anything pops out at me as I'm walking along. And in this part of the island, you're much further away from the houses, so you really feel like you're out in nature. And it's awesome. I spy something orange. Oh, pretty orange scallop. Nice light shell. Like I said, my bag is pretty heavy at this point. Oh, nice. An apple murex. Great color on the underside. I'll probably give him a little TLC. See if I can get that color to come out. So you can kind of see houses in the distance, but I mean, they're quite far away. And if you're not looking for them, you really just kind of feel like you're just on a deserted, gorgeous island beach. It's beautiful. All right, here is a banded tulip. Now, the True tulips I don't find as often, so I'm just going to go with, if you found a tulip, it's probably a banded tulip, because those true tulips are just hard to find. Now this I thought was so cool. Why? Because that is a whole jingle, so that little disc shell there, I've never seen one with both halves of it. I only find the top half of it. The bottom half of the shell has a little hole in it, and it has something called byssus, which it threads through the hole and it kind of adheres itself to the sand dollar. I've never seen the top and the bottom of a jingle shell. I thought that was really, really cool. But I had to leave it, probably alive, along with the barnacles. So little ecosystem, we're just going to leave at the beach. And then here, I truly was thinking of you guys and wishing I could just transport you here to go through all of this awesome beachy goodness. I'm completely tongue-tied. It was just awesome. It like playland, like the most awesome playground ever. It was just amazing. Now here's a sand dollar. I know it's really, really dark, and I've seen the people debate about this and that. This one is dead. It has no cilia, no hair on it. It is completely flat. It is dead. That is perfectly safe to collect. All right, what other goodies do I find here? Oh, those shark eyes tricked me. Oh, they tricked me so many times. But not that one. Oh, yeah. It's hard to find a big old shark eye in great condition like that. So that for me is a fantastic find. All right, what other kind of special goodies? All right, we got a little top shell here, little top snail. Cool shell, nobody's home. Yep, make sure, I haven't mentioned it, make sure your shells are empty. Oh, another one. Oh, right. Not quite as pristine as that other one I just picked up, but still fantastic shark eye. So that is a shark eye, also a moon snail, not a gaudy nautica. The gaudy nautica has those golden stripes to it. So we're making our way. We are almost all the way at the north end of Tigertail Beach. Whoa. Whoa. So it was big. This big, old, heavy shell, but I had to have it. And I weighed it when I got home. I mean, this thing was, for me, it was heavy. So that shell weighed a little over 2 ounces. So you add up about 10 of those and it starts getting kind of heavy. All right, here's another rose petal talent. Nice light shell. I'm going to add that to my shell bag. And I'm still on the north end. Still just amazed at all the fantastic goodies I'm seeing here. A spiny jewel box. Let's see how spiny. Always looking to see the spine factor. Okay, he's got a little spiky. We're definitely going to keep them. All right, in this boat, we have seen this boat before, and I talk about it in another episode. I will put a link to the episode and the story about this particular sailboat in the description box below. So if you want to find out more about that, check out the description box. Here is a calico scallop. Lovely color. And here's the north end. So there's the boat we just took a peek at. All the way off in the distance over there, that's Key Waden. Also been there, which was epic. And then over there, you kind of see those buildings. That's the Isle of Capri. But we are here on the north end of Tigertail with all sorts of super duper awesomeness everywhere. It was so fun. All right, so I'm gonna kind of check the water line here. Always drawn to the water. Don't ignore what's laying on the beach, but I can't resist kind of checking the water. Now this one, look at the pattern on that. I'm going to show you that at the end of the video, all cleaned up. Trust me, okay? You'll see why I go bananas over these Florida fighting conchs. It was trying to hide under that shell, but look, another alphabet cone. Awesome. Pretty good color. It's a little bit chewed up, but still a great find. All right, at this point I'm circling back, so I'll be shelling where I've already shelled before, which is fine because there's always different stuff getting pushed up on the beach. 12:13, I've been out there a little while, so the tide has come in considerably from when we started. Now here is another sand dollar that recently expired, I guess you'd say, because you can see a little bit of those hairs in there. If it is alive, it looks like this. It is very hairy, it is dark. You will see things moving. If you find one like that and nothing's moving, I'm still gonna, just don't take it. Don't take anything that's got little hairs all over it. But if it does look a little bit more dried up like that, that is clearly deceased, and that is okay to collect. I don't, because I have a really hard time getting them to that kind of really flat kind of sand dollar look. So that hopefully will get cleaned up by the beach. Ooh, beautiful lettered olive. Awesome, shiny, dark, yes. And guys, look at that flat. So that's what I'm talking about. The tide will push shells in also. Oh man, I was thrilled with that. So that is the flat. The other side of the shell is concave or convex, I guess, depending on how you hold it. So there is a bowl shape to that top. That's like the lid, the flat. So cool. All right, here is a Florida horse conch. Super fun. Yay. Oh, and here's one of our resident birds. This is an osprey. Ospreys are really cool because ospreys and owls are the only raptors who has an outer toe that is reversible, allowing them to grasp their prey with 2 toes in front and 2 toes in the back. So I thought that that was pretty cool. That bird is also known as a fish hawk, had a couple of different names. Very cool. Now here, look on the right. You see the water is kind of coming into those branches and whatnot there. The tide has come in a lot. Now, I knew I could walk through that. I paid attention when I was walking toward the north end. But if I had to walk around that, I'd probably be in trouble. So that's one of those reasons to just pay attention to the tides. Another flat. Now, not as lovely as the one I just picked up, but they're still really uncommon and pretty rare. So even though it's a little bit beat up, got a hole in it, I'm still going to hold on to that cool flat. And this olive kind of hiding on the beach up here. Beautiful, pointy, shiny olive. A little spiky jewel box. Nice, fun find. So once I see some umbrellas, I know I'm reaching the point of where people come on and off the beach, because if you're lugging your umbrellas and all that as far as I had to walk, yeah, I'd pretty much plunk myself right down as soon as I got there. So let's talk about walking. In all, today I walked 5.5 miles, which is awesome. However, I was not wearing the right shoes. These are the shoes I normally wear. I tried a different pair. They were tighter. I thought it would keep the sand out, and instead what it did was ground the sand into my feet. So make sure you find comfortable shoes. I do have a link to those shoes that I use in the description box below if you want to see. And let's review all the cool things that we saw today. So we have all those Sunray Venus shells, a couple of scallops, the rose petal talons, a couple spiny jewel boxes. I did go a little overboard on the Florida fighting conchs, and I'm going to show you why. Trust me. And then we have a bunch of those olives, which is really cool. We started with a bunch of those lightning whelks, which was awesome. A couple of those horse conchs, those shark eyes were awesome. And then probably my favorites were, the giant shark eye, the crown conch, that flat, the gaudies. Oh, there was just the alphabet cones, the apple murex, there was just so much. I just had a great time. I hope you guys had as much fun watching this as I had making it. But before we go, see, all I did with these was soak them in 100% bleach. That's it. Beautiful, shiny, gorgeous patterns. Those are my Florida fighting conchs. I just love them. Patreons, thank you. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it more than I can express. And you guys, thank you for coming along with me. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out my new channel. I do have a video posted on there at this point, so I will be posting more content. And I'm just going to say it again. Thank you. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.